The Golden Feather. In a small village nestled between emerald hills and glistening rivers, there lived a young boy named Milo. Milo had always been fascinated by birds. He would often sit by the riverbank, watching the flocks of birds flying high in the sky, their wings cutting through the air with such grace. His favorite birds were the mythical golden swans that were said to live in the hidden valley beyond the forest. Legend had it that these swans could grant a single wish to anyone who was brave enough to find them. One crisp autumn morning, as Milo helped his mother tend to their garden, he overheard the elders talking about the golden swans. "The time will come when the golden feather will appear again," said old Etta, the village storyteller, her voice low and mysterious, "and whoever finds it will be granted a wish of the purest heart." Milo's curiosity was piqued. He had heard the stories as a child, but hearing them again sparked something deep inside him. He knew he had to find the golden swans and the legendary feather for himself. That evening, after the village was quiet and the moon rose high in the sky, Milo set out into the forest. With nothing but a small satchel of food and a sense of adventure in his heart, he ventured deeper into the woods, guided by the moonlight filtering through the trees. The forest was alive with sounds, the rustling of leaves, the distant hoot of an owl, and the soft murmur of the river flowing nearby. As Milo walked, he remembered the stories he'd heard as a child, the tales of a hidden valley where the golden swans danced beneath the stars, their wings shimmering like the sun. Hours passed, and Milo's legs grew tired, but he kept moving, driven by the thought of the swans. Just as he began to feel weary, he stumbled upon a clearing, bathed in the soft light of the moon. In the center of the clearing was a serene pond, its surface reflecting the sky above. And there, by the edge of the pond, stood the most majestic swan Milo had ever seen. Its feathers glowed like gold, shimmering with an ethereal light. The golden swan looked at Milo with eyes that seemed to see deep into his soul. "Who seeks the golden feather?" the swan asked in a voice as soft as the wind. Milo stepped forward, his heart racing. "I do," he said. "I've come to find the golden feather and make a wish. Please, grant me this opportunity." The swan nodded slowly. "To receive the feather, you must prove that your heart is pure. You must show that you wish not for personal gain, but for the good of others." Milo thought carefully. He had always dreamed of a life full of adventure and discovery, but in that moment, he realized that his true wish was not for himself. It was for the people he loved and the village he called home. "I wish for the happiness and safety of my village," Milo said, his voice steady. "I want my family and friends to live in peace, to be free from harm, and to always have hope no matter what challenges come our way." The golden swan regarded him for a long moment, and then, with a gentle flap of its wings, a single golden feather floated down from its back. It glowed brightly as it landed softly in Milo's hand. "Your wish is pure," the swan said, its voice filled with warmth. "The feather is yours. It will carry your wish to the world." Milo held the feather tightly in his hand, feeling its warmth spread through him. As he looked at the swan, he realized that the true magic wasn't in the wish. It was in the love and selflessness that guided it. "Thank you," Milo whispered, his heart full of gratitude. With the golden feather in hand, Milo made his way back through the forest, feeling lighter than he ever had before. He knew that his wish would be granted, but more than that, he knew that the act of caring for others and wishing for their happiness was the greatest gift of all. When Milo returned to the village, he found it bathed in the soft light of dawn. He shared his journey with the villagers, telling them of the golden swan and the magical feather. They celebrated his bravery and kindness, and from that day on the village thrived in peace, with each person's heart touched by the purity of Milo's wish. And so, the legend of the golden swans lived on, reminding all who heard it that the greatest magic comes not from wishes made for oneself, but from those made for others. The end.